Hello there! Astrobot is an absolute joy to play, and it may actually win Game of the Year. Did you know it's packed with tiny little details that are easy to miss? So today, we're celebrating 50 of them, from a nod to the Lion King to a hula hooping ape hunter. Let's do this! And it all begins in the previous game, Astro's Playroom, as a countdown to Astrobot's release has slowly been ticking for months now, as those dev bots tirelessly keep working. Players who decided to spend the last few hours in the control room here were joined every 30 seconds by a new crewmate. And something special happened when that countdown reached 0. A bot rave breaks out. Who was expecting a mini live event in a free demo made in 2020? Absolutely amazing fan service. Now onto the full game, and one of the greatest details happens the second you start playing. Here on the title screen it depicts Astro flying through space holding tight to that gorgeous DualSense controller. Well, depending on who you've saved on your journey so far, other bots will come along for the ride too. A random selection will be presented every time we boot up the game, and if you're lucky, the lineup from a single series will join you, like Uncharted or God of War. If you know me, you know I have a video game series about going AFK in video games, looking at idle animations from just standing around and doing nothing at all. And here in Astrobot, there are many to see for yourself, some of which are very rare. Astro will always eventually fall asleep, but other things he can do is whip out a PS1 Slim, complete with screen, to play a little Ridge Racer on the go. Alternately, the PSP can be busted out as Astro plays his own game. A rarer AFK secret is the memory card, as Astro uses an OG PlayStation memory card for his internal storage, which means Astro here has 128 kilobytes of data to work with. Probably why he can't speak. And there's one more. The most rare animation for Astro only comes in the desert and snow biomes, as he does this. He draws the PlayStation shapes in the sand or the snow, which quickly fade away. Good thing we have photo mode to cherish this moment. Every time Astro picks up a power-up, that also has a unique animation, some funnier than others. For example, when Astro becomes a sponge at the bathhouse, he'll make a day of it and a little spa experience for himself. Whereas if we are in the sponge supersize mode, he'll still try to relax and totally breaks that little bath. It's tough being a big guy. Animator who made this, I salute you. Astrobot has a bunch of easy to miss interactions you've got to see for yourself. Probably the best one is thanks to this cow in the Trunk of Funk level. Most players tend to hit this bovine beauty, but what you really should do is jump on its back. If done wrong, your bot will be yeeted promptly, but if you get this right, the cow will pick up a bunch of flowers and offer it to you, and a hug as well. And there's another version. Do this again, and this happens. You've got to admit, it's cute. It gets even better if you choose to wear the cow costume. Another animal to try and do this with is the deer, who will not be happy at all. In fact, at the safari park, 2 lemurs will laugh at Astro if he tries to ride the deer's back. Oh, the shame. While here, it's also possible to find a very proud parent recreating a famous scene from The Lion King, because every parent is a show-off about their ugly child. Me included. Have you noticed that bushes can sometimes have creepy crawly insects or fluttering butterflies hidden inside? Astro will even stop and look at them in awe. Well, there is one bush in particular that should get your attention at the safari park, because there is a sheep hiding inside this one. This game just wants everyone to interact with everything, like punching those sheep and watching clumps of wool float into the air. Back to more of Astro's idle animations now, and remember when I said Astro would always fall asleep if left too long? There are a few caveats to that, like if Astro is wearing the time-slowing headset. The alarm clock on the back will immediately wake the little man if he tries to get any shut-eye. And that's not the only one. The chicken upgrade will also stop us snoozing on the job with the crowing noise. And this power-up has another AFK secret. Sit long enough and Mama Hen will show you her nest complete with eggs. Keep waiting and those eggs will eventually hatch. I have no idea where she puts them. All the other animal upgrades will interact with Astro when he stands still. The dog will beg for a treat. The octopus will begin to tickle Astro. How many times, you ask? Not 9, no, 10 tickles. Thank you. And a very missable animation is the interaction between the penguin and the bot. Wait a few seconds and the pair will perform synchronized swimming together. And probably the cutest thing you'll see today is the moment Astro and the teddy bear backpack decide to start their own band. I was not expecting that. There are countless little details like these. Whilst playing as the sumo wrestler, standing around will cause this to happen. My man gives a full frontal in a family-friendly game, or a rear view if you prefer. I should probably censor that. Astro may be a robot, but he does feel warmth and the bitter cold. In hotter temperatures, he'll desperately attempt to combat that heat, and by pulling out a fan, it seems to help quite a lot. Whereas in the cold, Astro has no strategy and simply shivers uncontrollably. And in the scarier levels, Astro is a total wreck. The fear has taken over. And we have to note the raindrops and snowflakes in this game. They are PlayStation shapes. Watch how the raindrops hitting the sand replicate the square, circle, triangle and X buttons. It's a little harder to see the snowflakes, but believe me, they are on brand too. Did you know if you run near water, Astro will take the opportunity to have a shower, washing his hair and face? And speaking of the watering game, a brilliant detail nobody notices is found when Sponge Astro comes into contact with oil. To wash it off, we jump into water, and the thin layer of oil floating on top of the water refracts the light, creating a pool of rainbow colours for a split second. This attention to detail is truly mind-blowing. On the very first mission of Astro Bot, the Sky Garden, I tried to get on the back of the turtle here, and Astro immediately started surfing it. Bro is a natural. And in fact, many of the turtles throughout the game allow Astro to ride upon them. Sometimes though, the lad just wants to sit down and relax, which you can also do in sun lounges in this game. And you've already guessed it, Astro loves it so much, he immediately passes out and snores like your mum. At the crash site, we collect over 300 bots. We'll go through all the cameos in another video. Right now, it's just the dogs and cats I want to focus on, as by heavily petting them, each one will become a companion and follow Astro around when at home base. They all walk at different speeds, and the stray cat takes forever to do anything. Oh, and you should totally kick the Pro Evolution footballer if you have him unlocked, and by fouling him, the ball will become playable. Kick it to your heart's content. So, be honest now, how well have you been treating the animals in this game? Yeah, me too. Here's some of the ways they can react. Most animals in trees, like the bush baby here, will quickly get back into the tree ASAP, but not all. This monkey type is super happy to see you, yet knock them off and they'll wipe tears from their eyes before hiding their pain. I feel so guilty right now. And the koala here will land on its butt after a fall from the tree, and after climbing back to safety, rubs the area she fell on. And there's another one with this. If it's a mama koala, she'll do everything she can to stop her little baby falling. And if this takes you on a villain arc, remember to punch the puppy, because it cowers in fear in front of your eyes. Okay, let's do something a bit more positive, like this. Did you notice the cat chasing the mouse in the safari park? Well, there is a 10% chance that the roles will be reversed when you enter this zone, and the mouse is on a mission to take down the cat. It never actually gets there, but it's a valiant effort. And speaking of amazing animations, did you notice this one? When we first meet up with Kratos, he'll be happily chopping wood. Once he hands over the Leviathan axe, he goes back to chopping wood with his bare hands. Kratos is an absolute beast. So this got me thinking, and I started looking at the animations of the other VIP bots, and once we meet Nathan Drake, he'll hand over his gun. Don't shoot too quickly, because he will still join in the fight by picking up rocks on the ground and throwing them at the enemies. He's trying to help at least. And here's a great detail. Once the fight ends, Drake relaxes with a PS Vita in hand, waiting for us to do his mission. And even Aloy has a resting animation after handing over her bow to us. Without that bow, she's unable to hunt for food. So now she's stuck with only carrots to eat, and she does not look happy about that. There are even more idle animations to see when playing as the VIP heroes of the bot world. Aloy's is super simple and depicts her staying vigilant at all times, whereas Astro Drake here will attempt to flip his gun around, and of course that fails. But as this is Nathan Drake, his luck immediately kicks in and he catches that Nerf gun safely. Kratos, on the other hand, is more serious and smashes rage stones on the ground, just like in the game, and it's possible for health stones to appear too. It must hurt your feet doing this. And that reminds me, if Kratos perishes and must respawn, he does so with a Spartan Rage animation. Yet again, another nod to his video games. My favourite detail is from the Ape Escape mashup. Once we've got our net, we'll look for the monkeys, but eventually another method comes to mind. A banana, which doesn't help at all, so Astro casually eats it himself. And then this can happen. A hula hoop. It's been many years since I played Ape Escape, but if memory serves me right, the hula hoop made Spike and Jimmy move a little quicker through levels. In Astrobot, he has the hip action locked down. And another banana detail is seen when Astro picks up the climbing augment. He'll begin to juggle bananas, and the monkey on his back can't help but eat them all. I could do this all day, but I think 50 details is a good time to end. Let me know if you notice another amazing detail that needs sharing. I'm Adam, you're awesome, it's been a pleasure, see ya!